Good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's official coverage of Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7, last of the GT3 series for Rainlight in 2024, proudly brought to you as always by the good people at SIMBLACKS, CROSSCUT Woodworks, Carpentry and Joinery, Crossy 43, HENDO 31 and True to Life Racing Designs, and as always broadcast to you live on YouTube on a Monday night by MATCHFIT Entertainment. That's us. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'm Davo. Right by my side here for round 9 at Laguna Seca is J-Man. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, good evening, Davo. Good evening, viewers. Yeah, pretty good, mate. Happy to be here for the penultimate round of the series, of the season, of the year.
Yes.
This one will be pretty big, mate. Laguna Seca. Not everybody's favourite track, but a hell of a racetrack at that.
Absolutely.
I think these guys will turn up some good racing here tonight, and the pace that we've just witnessed off camera in official practice was pretty damn hot as well, so plenty of guys really close out there as far as the time, so I think we're going to have an action-packed one here tonight.
Yes, like you mentioned, Laguna not always everyone's cup of tea, J-Man, but it definitely does deliver some good close racing. It's just one of those circuits, and yeah, maybe some scary moments because it is quite technical. Well, some parts of it anyway, J-Man. But look,
Yeah.
we will thank just quickly. I've got to mention the SIMBLACKS, good, wonderful people over at SIMBLACKS for coming on board again this season with Rainlight Racing. And just a quick note, and let's see if I can bring a graphic up here. They have their Black Friday sale on at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. So get over to their website. You can see the details there on screen. There's a QR code there if you want to scan it with your phone. And get over. There's some great bargains to be had over at SIMBLACKS at the moment with their Black Friday deals sales going on at the moment. Runs to, I think, the 6th of December for another few days anyway. So nearly the end of this week. Friday this week actually. So get over there. Thank you again, SIMBLACKS, and thanks CROSSCUT Woodworks, Carpentry and Joinery, Crossy, HENDO, and True to Life Racing Designs as well. They chip in for the $50 giveaways every week. Spin the wheel stuff. So get over to Crossy's Twitch to see all of that action going on at the end of the night. Live draws at the end of each race. But what we have now, J-Man, is I think, are the boys rolling out for qualifying already?
Yeah, mate. Slightly shortened field here tonight, but we do have the Pro-Ams, and I'm going to say the AMs because there is two of them out there. And I think one of the AMs' first car out on track would be the 55 car of Mr. Jonathan Warren as well. So,
nice.
Yeah, broken session, 30-minute qualifying here, broken into two classes, two sectors. So pros get the place to themselves. In the interim, we do have the Pro-Ams and the AMs out there. So this is, it has been all season a really cool session for me, watching these guys and seeing who steps up. You know, we've seen some really impressive times. I'm going to pick on the 61 car of Danny Kim. Really gets that Ferrari wound up. He finds himself well amongst elite company at the top end of this field several times. Also Goddard, we know that he can fire a good lap in, as well as Marnie and Chris McConnell's had some good pace of late as well. So a nice addition here. And welcome to our viewers, Isaac Ichikawa and Matty Clark tuning in. So good to have the support there. And Matty will be out there qualifying not too far away.
Soon enough. Yes, absolutely, J-Man. Yes, thanks, viewers, for your support. Jump on board. Hit us up with a comment in the chat box. And obviously hit the like and subscribe. And hit your notifications, guys. But, yeah, look, there's a couple of, is it Chris McConnell is a notable mention. Only been around for the last few weeks and really showing some good handy pace. So definitely one to watch. Again tonight, J-Man and Danny Kim, like you mentioned, also punching above his weight several times this season in the Pro class. So yes, a couple of ones to watch here in this first phase of qualifying here. 15-minute split qualifying, 15 minutes for the Pro-Am and the Am boys, and then the final 15 minutes for the big league, the pro guys, to run out there. What's the track looking like here tonight? J-Man, fast at the moment. I think I can see on my little graphic there.
Fast and hot, mate. We are in the desert.
Fast and hot. Nice.
Yep. For this 3.6 kilometre track here with 11 turns, has the famous corkscrew at turns 8 and 8A, they call it. So,
okay.
Sort of a double header coming down the hill, and massive elevation change at this track. Some 180 foot of elevation change, effectively, as you see them come out of turns 3, 4, and then head all the way up the hill, and then start dropping down at turn 8, turn 8A. They drop back down, so that is 55 meters worth of elevation, and not too long a distance from where they start climbing to where they drop back down. So pretty cool racetrack. I'm pretty sure Crossy himself has been here, pedalled a supercar
in real life. Yes,
yeah, real life, and could probably justify that the place is probably a lot steeper than what it looks like to you and I watching on this platform. However, we are out there. We've got a couple of times already posted, and we've got a few in there. Chris McConnell, as we've just before mentioned, 23.550, plays a 23.557 for Goddard. Danny Kim now to the top.
There you go.
So as quick as that, we're seeing these times firing.
Couple of names we mentioned only just moments ago, ones to watch, and there they are playing off. Yeah, so pretty close times there too, J-Man. As you can see, what look 0.148 of a second between the two at the moment. Goddard, the next on the list in provisional third, Warren fourth, Marnie in fifth, Perkins and Worcester in seventh, provisionally at the moment.
Seeing with that, Nathan Bewley there just posted a very, very good time, a 23.430 to go front row with Danny Kim.
Oh, nice work in the Porsche, Bewley there. Also Marnie, traditionally in a Porsche, up on his Delta at the moment.
Yeah, good call there, Firthy. Yeah, Danny Kim has been stepping up. I really like what I see out of Kim in the Ferrari. He's just had a really deft touch to that car this season. He's just found himself in front of the cameras multiple times and gets engaged in some really good battles out there on track. So good, strong qualifying performances, but equally as strong race performances coming out of that driver and car combination. It's a 23.402. So we've got some big movers. Goddard's on the hunt here with a very, very good time. Where is he in the lap?
Marnie as well, just rounding the final corner there, J-Man, nearly a second up on his time, which might sneak him up to, just in front of Warren there, so he might pip a couple of positions. Oh, he's only just snuck in front of Perkins.
Yeah,
about a 10th.
Goddard's going to go the top here, I think.
Oh,
23.2
with the fair check. Oh, Bewley right behind him.
He eclipses him with a 23.0. So the podium's changing very, very quickly. Chris McConnell looking to respond to where's he's coming out of the corkscrew now, heading down towards the rainy curve.
He's got enough to get him back on the front row there, J-Man. I don't know whether he's got enough to hit the top spot. Just looking at his deltas there. Time will tell. Rounds the final corner. Still about 7 minutes to run.
It's a cut lap for McConnell.
Oh, no.
It'll be null and void. However, Danny Kim, he's on a good one. He's got 2.5 tenths up his sleeve. That'll be good.
That might get enough for Goddard. Yep, and he gets it. So nice work from Kim.
Good to see Ken Worcester out there working hard on the Mustang as well. He's very close to being able to bank a time close to Lee Perkins as well. So good to see Ken still pressing on with this, and he's got George Goddard. Goddard just tucked it behind him out on track.
Yeah, so probably a bit of a wrestle for Worcester there in the Mustang here at Laguna Seca.
So he's only a tenth or so away from Perkins at the moment. He's just improved there on a 24.8. So
he's chasing it.
And who's that? Ben Lay just banking a time in the BMW there, 25.2. So that's 9 in this qualifying session.
Okay, so that's taken Lay some time actually, J-Man. Nearly 10 minutes into the session. Yeah, before he's just got that banker in there. So he'll be happy to see that time on the board there.
Oh, he just dumped a bit, but he's still up. No, wasn't close enough. Was improvement.
So I don't think he even improved on his best lap there, J-Man. So, but obviously Keen already up on the deltas there, and only into the first sector of the circuit as well. So, guys pushing right to the end, as you would expect. Lay in the BMW, looking to improve as well, flashing a healthy delta, might get a gain on his best time. Might even get a gain on Worcester too if he's handy enough here, just coming out of the final corner.
Yeah, he's definitely going to grab. He'll be close to Perkins.
Oh, he's got Perkins as well. So nice work from Lay there. Yeah, a little bit slow to get up to speed, like I just mentioned. Took him nearly 10 minutes there just to hit that banker lap, and on the very next lap, just sneaking up a couple of positions and finding his feet. J-Man, Bewley, looking healthy on the deltas and looking to improve on his time, if only marginally.
Perkins looking to respond now to Ben Lay. So he's got 6 tenths as he approaches.
Oh yeah, that's healthy.
The final 2 turns, a little bit wide there. He's going to bleed a bit of time. Still got 4.5 tenths up his sleeve as he approaches the final turn, turn 11. Comes out of there. Delta looks good for a half a second, there or thereabouts.
That'll get Lay. Oh damn! Just
close to Marnie.
Yeah, definitely close to Marnie, and he just bled off a little bit of time there, and because he looked like he might have actually challenged Marnie there for 6th position in qualifying here. Not long to go for these guys. What have we got, about 4 minutes, a little under?
Yeah, a little under 4.
McConnell on a hottie. Goddard on a hot lap as well.
Marnie on a hot lap as well. All those drivers just mentioned approaching sector 3. See
in a row pretty well, actually. I think that was McConnell making a big mistake into the first drop of the corkscrew there, J-Man, as well. So bled a whole bunch of time off. Goddard though, look at Goddard here.
Yeah, Goddard's looking good here.
He's going for
8, goes to the top.
Wow,
good stuff. Very, very good lap.
So he'll be happy with that at this end of the session here. Under 3 minutes to go. So a couple more laps left in it. McConnell, 2 tenths up on the delta. Around about halfway through the lap here as he gets through this banked left and up the hill.
Worcester on a good lap too, looking for a little bit of redemption with Marnie and Perkins.
Oh, he might get Perkins here, Jamie.
Okay, 24.2.
Oh, no.
So close.
And again.
Guy on the move. Oh, he's got scrapped a track coming down turn 8.
The camera's just picked it up there, J-Man, again. So that's the second lap in a row. He's just run too deep in there and got it wrong on the exit. So, look, if he gets that right on this last lap, because he's got, he might have 2 more laps in it. He's got something here.
Improved. Oh, so close to McConnell. And this is an AM driver here at P5. Got 3 Pro-Am drivers tucked in behind him in the tune of Marnie, Perkins and Worcester as well. So Jonathan Warren doing a good job here. First car was the first car out on track and just kept pumping the laps out. It's only half a second off of the top spot for the Pro-Ams and the Ams.
Oh, little run wide there, but he's also got the carrot of Chris McConnell. Yeah, Chris just right in front of him there as well, so which would be helpful, particularly on a circuit like this as you run up the hill here. Very blind corners. That left-hander, and then the braking area up into the entry of the corkscrew here is heck. So Kim off. Like J-Man called, and then back to the pits. He's had enough.
And that's a tricky corner. That's turn 6 as they come out of turn 6 and they head up the Rahill straight towards the corkscrew. It just invites you. It's just so. I mean, it's blind on the entry, and then it kind of narrows up on the exit.
It's a weird ass corner.
Narrows up, but it's just the way that the layout is. It just lends for a lot of kitty litter there.
It is one of the most difficult corners I think I've drive, but lay there and very sideways out of the final corner, J-Man, unfortunately, because he probably dropped a little bit there looking for that time on Worcester and doesn't make it stick. He will carry on for 1 more lap though.
Yeah, and he'll be the last car to cross the line for an official lap, because 4 more seconds we are going to see the big hitters come out. However, we still have got 44, 94, 96, 55, 49, 17 and 33 all out there still running.
Yep. Yeah, we've got Goddard up on his Delta. We've got McConnell up on the Delta. Marnie up on the Delta. Lay up on his Delta as well. So these guys pushing right to the last point.
No surprise, Lucas Keys got the Datsun out of the lane first.
So fast guys starting to roll out now. These guys will be able to finish up their laps.
All right, so we still got Chris McConnell on a lap. Goddard's looking for a slight improvement as well. He just dumped a bit there. I think McConnell's probably the guy. Oh, he's just dumped it out of the final turn.
He has.
Might be any improvement there. Whereas Goddard, he comes out of the final turn. He's already on the top spot. Looking like he's going to match his time.
Marnie. Oh, it's just dumping time off that last corner now. Tyres.
Yeah. So that's it. Great job, George Goddard over Bewley, Danny Kim, Chris McConnell, Jonathan Warren, Marnie Perkins, Worcester, Lay. That is your top 9 already run. As I mentioned, the 14 car, first car out on track. So Lucas Keys, look for Lucas Keys to trade times here tonight with Brandon Webley. And I also think that Shane Fodado's got a ton of pace in that car as well. So can anybody do anything about Lucas Keys tonight here at Laguna Seca?
True. Good question. Yeah, just been a masterclass throughout the season so far. Can't see that changing anytime soon. And yeah, look, watch this guy go in the Datsun. J-Man nails it in qualifying, nails it during the race, barring a technical issue. We would expect to see this car on the top of the totem after the next lap. Or is it this lap? No.
Yes. That's this lap here. Yeah,
this lap here.
He's on a flyer now, so this will be looking. And traditionally goes out and does get a good one in very, very early. Not even so much as a banker, but normally a pretty good number straight off the bat. So Interesting to see.
It's pretty tidy lap. Pretty tidy
His
lap so far.
personal delta is 1.7 seconds up on whatever his outlap was.
So it looks like he's driving it as a banker lap there, not really getting too showy with it, and making sure he nails this down. You will see that car go to the top of the board there. And then you will just see that man just work on that lap from there on. Firthy in the Firthy's fish finger Ferrari. I was going to think about that just quickly before I say Firthy's fish finger Ferrari across the line P10. There. Goes yep. P10. Nice work from Firthy. Not sure where he's sitting in the championship. Usually a pretty solid contender in the championship.
I think fourth still at the moment. I did have a quick peek earlier on. I do have them at the ready. Yeah, so P4.
P4. We will get to the points, ladies and gentlemen. But who else? Oh, well, who would you think? Steve Crossland with a banker of, what is it, a 123.805. And you would expect to see the SIMBLACKS McLaren better that time soon enough, as he just has a little off-track excursion there, maybe just cooling the tyres down a little bit. Macrolos, another one to watch in the Audi as we just pick up on him running out of the second last corner there, very wide and sideways in the sand. And we'll be pushing, as always, J-Man Macrolos in that Audi.
Yeah, 21.8 now for Lucas Keys. Fotodo's just come across the line as well for 22.787. However, Webley came across the line for a 22.770. Still, though, Goddard, Bewley, Kim all sitting 4th, 5th, and 6th outright provisionally. So shows you how good that 22.8 was from Goddard. And the 23.0, 23.1, respectively, for Bewley and Kim as well. Very good laps. Because we do have a lot of pros that have banked sort of mid-23s at the moment.
Yeah.
So, one thing to mention is ambient's still the same at 27 degrees. However, these pros have had to deal with another degree of track temp out there.
And the track's still not on optimum.
It is optimum. Yep.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's been optimum since the start of session. However, these pros do have a little bit hotter track conditions to deal with in the Pro-Ams and the AMs. To answer your question, Isaac, no, we never had him on for a chat. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Lucas, if you ever listen back to this, I'd love to have a chat at some point, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Webley, 3.5 tenths up. What's that do for him? Was that a track cut? As I didn't feel like he moved there. Oh, 22.4. Yes, he did. He was on a 22.770. Now he's on a 22.420. He needed to do that because Shane improved to a 22.5. So the field is moving. Matty Clark banks a nice 22.8 in there as well, just to put Goddard for P4.
Crossy just sneaking in to 7th there in the SIMBLACKS McLaren. J-Man, nice work. Pipping Nick Firth. Like you mentioned, we've still got Kim, Bewley and Goddard in the top 10, as well as McConnell.
I feel like Webley and Fotodo are going to trade here for the front row at the back end of the session. Webley has got about 2.5 tenths, or no, maybe call that a 10.5 now coming through the dipper. Who's he tucked up and behind? It would be, that looks like Tony Spence.
Yeah, that is Spence, J-Man.
So, just really see the deltas. Oh, Shane Fotodo really, really sideways as he comes out of Rainy Curve, which is effectively turn 9 after the dipper. The corkscrew. Now, Shane brings it into pit lane. He wants another set of tyres, I think.
Yeah, I just noticed Webley do that as well, J-Man.
Yeah, he did. Yep. Right on cue. I think right when I said that, Webley did the same thing. So just trying to get all that power down. Good improvement here, I think, for Firthy. He's battling with Pete Dawson at the moment. Okay, that improvement sees Nick Firth go from P11-ish up to P7 now, 23-1. So he's in good company there. Goddard and Bewley still sitting 5th and 6th on those 22.8 and the 23.0. So both very, very good times out of those Pro-Am cars. Really putting their hand up for maybe next season for a bigger challenge. Keys down a half a second. Webley, he's just coming out of the lane. He's looking to just start another lap. Also Firthy pressed on after that improvement up to P7. He's got a 10th and a half up his sleeve as he now climbs the hill up to turn 8 and 8A, the corkscrew, the famous corkscrew as he drops down there. Looks pretty tidy. Still carrying a couple of tenths, probably dropped about a half a tenth in that process. Building down through Rainy Curve. Turn 9. Dips the car into turn 10. Tries to brake as late as he can for turn 11. Square it up, get all the power down. Looking at the traction control, he's running plenty. He's got around 5 clicks of traction control on the Ferrari at the minute.
And he's got a tenth and a bit up his sleeve there.
Oh, 23.005, so close to being able to just overstep Nathan Bewley's time there. 23.002 plays at 0.05, so the smallest of margins. Pete Dawson, thought I might have seen the Bentley just a little bit further up, however is improving as we speak. He's just started another lap. Still 5.5 minutes to go, still plenty of time for these drivers to try and squeeze a little bit more out of these GT3s.
Yeah, Dawson looking like just not as comfortable as he'd like to be in the Bentley here tonight at Laguna Seca for round 9. J-Man just doesn't look happy, I don't think, here at Laguna. Doesn't quite suit the big Boatley. But pressing on and up on his delta at the moment as we speak. Cameras on Dawson at the moment. Crossland also looking to better his time. Green on the delta, running through that tricky little left-handed J-Man. Oh, tough corner in the SIMBLACKS McLaren here. Down through the corkscrew. He's got actually a pretty healthy looking delta there at the moment, actually. Maybe nearly 3/10 up on his...
Yeah, and he's got Tony Spence behind him, and he's doing a similar job, and he's got Crossy as a bit of a carrot just up the road, so albeit Crossy's going to improve here with about 3 and a bit tenths.
He might pip, he'll pip Firthy here if he gets this right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pipped Bewley as well.
And then wait for Spence. Oh, no, Spence didn't. No, 23.07. So look at that. So that's it. Crossland breaks into the 22s, and then after that, Bewley with a 23.002, 0.005 for Firthy, 0.007 for Spence.
Yeah,
the smallest of margins there.
Yeah. Bewley first, Spence. There's literally, what is it, 5 thousandths of a second between those two. So, awesome stuff. Close as ever. Crossy still working on that time. The boys at the top, Keys, Webley, Fudderdo and Clark all still out on track and showing green on their timing boards.
Yeah, Keys starting to press now. He's banked some good times. Last one being a 21.540, so he's really starting to push the envelope with this thing. Just watching the attitude of this Nissan around the track now, he's really starting to throw it in there. He knows he's got a time that's easily going to see him stay up there, so he's really just trying to put a bit of an exhibition on now for the back end of this qualifying. He's really ragging this thing, using every bit of racetrack. Who's that? Matty Clark. Okay, so Webley now with that last effort was a 22 22.2. So Whangarei on a 22.5. A little bit of margin there. Steve Crossan, though, did a great job there, 22.9. Good to see the SIMBLACKS McLaren break into that 22-second
Yep.
122s to go top 6.
And
Needs another 1/10 of a second to try and grab Goddard. He won't do it this lap because he's just had a run wide and a track cut.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, as Crossy did get in, you know, jump into the 22s there, like you mentioned, how close the times were around him, and yeah, how critical. Yeah, I mean, and that will translate into the race, and so track position's critical, J-Man, isn't it here?
Yeah, Whangarei on a good time here too. Webley's parked it, and by my calculations, if he presses on, it's going to be really, really close here for Whangarei to go front row. Really square up beside Keys. And it'll be more about the battle with Webley, I think, for Whangarei. Oh, he's got a good delta. 3.5, 4/10. Just he gets a track cut on the final turn 11.
Let it run really wide there.
He did. It would have been enough. He would have done enough there to grab that front row.
He's got one more shot at it here, J-Man, as has we got cameras on there. Nick Firth there in the Firthy's fish finger Ferrari. He looks like he'll roll down and will be able to run across again. He's actually looked up on his delta at the moment. So Crossland in the SIMBLACKS McLaren again, bettering once again. This car just slowly winding up, just getting better and better each lap.
Yeah, he nailed the corkscrew then. Absolutely grabbed you know, another 0.5 there.
So this is healthy. This is real healthy. This is top 3 or 4 healthy.
Ragged, but he holds it together. No track cut. He's good.
You watch this.
Oh, track cut on the final turn. That's one that's going to catch them all night. He will be gutted with that because I tell you what, it was provisionally a 22.7. 22, which would have put him up into P4.
Yeah.
It would have put Goddard, Firth, and Clark.
Yep. Yep. Ouch.
Yeah. That's what the difference is. Just running that tiny little bit wide. We saw Shane Whangarei do it. We just saw Crossland do it. The timer has run out. We only have the 54 car and the 56 car out on track. So that's Nick Firth.
The
Currently
drama.
right on the cuff of improvement. He needs the smallest of margin. I'll tell you what, he looks good. He looks good to grab Matty Clark here. Late sting in the tail for Nick Firth of the Firthy's fried fish fingers.
Oh.
Can he do it? He's got a 0.5. He's close to a 10th.
Yeah,
It's going to be close.
He's got this. He has got this.
Oh, so close. 7:35 plays a 7:42, and I think we saw Tony Spence park the car. Who was the other car out there?
Dawson.
Dawson. Yep. So that is it. Brilliant time there once again from Lucas Keys. 121.540. The only car to break into those 121s out there in this qualifying session over Brandon Webley. Shane Whangarei rounds out the podium there for the qualifying. Matty Clark, Nick Firth. And then we get into this great lap here from George Goddard and Nathan Bewley, sitting 6th and 7th. And then Danny Kim in 9th. So that is the top 3 for the Pro-Ams. Tony Spence, the Pro, in 8th, separates those 3 there. And then we do have Pete Dawson, backs it up with a top 10 over Macrolos, McConnell, Warren, Marnie, Perkins, Worcester, and Lay to round the 17 car field that will commence the race here. 60 minutes mandatory fuel required here at Laguna Seca for this race tonight. So looking forward to this one. Just trying to get a read on the timer. See if I've got enough time, Davo and viewers, just to grab a refreshment. I'm sure I do.
I'm sure you do, J-Man. So look, the drama has begun already. These guys like really pushing hard in qualifying. This will translate into the race. This will be definitely a hard fought race with the times so close, so close with some of this, particularly the mid pack. So exciting stuff to come as the boys just ready themselves here for what is round 9 here at Laguna Seca in Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7. Good people at SIMBLACKS, as always, back on board with the Rainlight boys here, proudly sponsoring the series, giving away a fantastic prize at the end of the series. Spin the wheel, Sim Magic P1000 pedals, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are giving away. Spinning the wheel at the end of the season. If you've completed 80% of the season, you're eligible for thus pedals. And obviously, the good people at CrossCUT Woodworks, Carpentry and Joinery, Crossy 43, Hendo 31, True to Life Racing Designs, all chipping in each week and just throwing money at you guys, spinning the wheel and giving away $50 gift cards. So worthy of getting involved with these people and the racing. Awesome racing, guys. Been a great qualifying, J-Man. This will translate into the race. Obviously, track position critical here with such a flowy track.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm really interested in the battle here. The Webley, Fordo, Clark,
Yep.
Firth. I think that's going to be an entertainer. I think Lucas will do Lucas things, and he'll pretty much check out. We'll try and keep up with the progress and see what sort of margin he can make on this field, because he's clearly got the pace here tonight. Oh, cheers for the heads up there, Craig McConnell. Crossland. So what will that mean? Crossland dropped from the server, so registered back in P18. So does that mean
back of the pack.
Crossland SIMBLACKS car will start from the back? So some work to do tonight for Steve Crossland.
Oh, yes. He has his work cut out for him. That car did look speedy, though, qualifying, J-Man. So, yeah, that's going to be a one to watch, that comeback.
Yeah, now just a bit of an update to viewers, as these drivers still got around 2.5 minutes before they embark on their formation lap. Lucas Keys, now this guy, stellar season so far, is up the top, 2,165 points over Brandon Webley in P2 on 1,605. Now, Shane Fodderdo, 1,670 points. So not a lot of difference between
That's
P2
close.
and P3 in the championship here. Now, Nick Firth, he was in a pretty spirited battle earlier on in the season with Shane Fodderdo for that podium spot. Firthy now 1,480 points. Now, Tony Spence 1,440. So just watch that battle as well, because you look there, Nick Firth qualified P5 and then Spence P8. So that's just something to think about with only a couple of rounds left to go. This one and one more. Pete Dawson in there, P6, 1,210. Matty Clark, 1,200 points. So only 10 points the difference between Matty Clark, who out-qualified Pete Dawson by some 6 positions here tonight. So just remember that as well. Steve Crossland, 1,140 points, is sitting there in P8 in the championship. Now, George Goddard, stunning qualifying tonight, P6, sits P9 in the championship outright. So that's a Pro-Am sitting P9, 1,050 points over Nathan Henderson, Costas Makrolos, Gunther Rowe, Lee Perkins, Wheeler Golombek, Joseph Marnie, Craig McConnell, and then Danny Kim, Jonathan Warren, and then Louis Van der Venter. So we start getting down towards the top 20, and I think I'll stop there, because we're back into the year, back into the championship. We're sort of really seeing that fall off that we just traditionally see as sim races heading towards the back end of a calendar year. But look, we've got these guys, 18 of them out on track. It is significant.
We do.
as we mentioned, there's only 15 points between the top second and third. There's only 10 points the difference between 6th and 7th. Pete Dawson, Matty Clark. So there's battles on battles. So we will watch these cars formate out, and fingers crossed that YouTube plays the game here tonight, viewers, and we'll have an absolutely fantastic broadcast, because this will be a ripper.
Yeah, I think this will be a ripper, J-Man. Laguna, it's just got that flow to it, and it's a little bit scary in some spots. So that'll keep the boys on their toes as we just see the field starting to pull away now. On screen, Lucas Keys leading the way. Brandon Webley, Shane Prado, Matty Clark, Nick Firth, Goddard, Bewley, Spence, Kim, Dawson rounding out the top 10. Bit of a short field here tonight. Makalos in 11th. The newcomer, Chris McConnell, Warren, Marnie, Perkins, Worcester, Lee, and Crossland. Relinquished to starting at the back of the pack after, I think it might have been an internet dropout there or something there. J-Man, little glitch in the matrix. It's popped him back after, I think he qualified in 6th. So the car's got pace. The man's quick in the SIMBLACKS McLaren here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So round the formation lap, Keys controlling the field. Crazy couple of corners on this track. This one they're rolling through now is one of them. Very blind. It's got a fairly heavy camber in it, but you literally fall into this corner, and if you don't fall into it right, you don't come out the back of it right either. And the next one is clearly this next complex of corners, the infamous corkscrew. It is as difficult, if not more, than what it actually looks on paper. Very, very technical stuff. Massive change of elevation, and the boys here in the ACC platform have nailed it. The car's definitely a drop off a cliff there and through that corner. Starting to roll around here. J-Man, T1. Yeah. Look, we've seen the boys cutting corners in qualifying. What are we going to see here?
Well, Webley's, he's not going to roll over to Lucas Keys here, because he's got Fodado as championship contender, only just sitting right in behind him as well. So he's still got to be a reasonable amount of aggressive in this first lap. We're about to find out.
We've got a green flag, ladies and gentlemen. Round 9, Laguna Seca covered. Immediately, Webley, look, Fodado and Webley fighting it out already. Firth side by side with Goddard. Oh, good clean stuff. A little bit messy in the background there. I think that might have been Spence a little bit sideways, actually.
Bewley to the back very, very quickly. I'm not sure what happened there. We've got a car around in the background, and I believe that is the Marnie car. I
thought that was Marnie. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. However, status quo at the front. Lucas Keys trailed by Webley, Fodado, Clark, Firth, Goddard. So that's all status quo. Just a positional change there. Lee Perkins over Jonathan Warren. And that's Crossy.
That's Crossy.
Yeah, good start for Crossy.
Wow, look at this. And look at this run here. Oh,
that was Jonathan Warren. Crossed the dipper straight into the back of what appeared to be, I think at the time, was Costas Makrolos, and I'm not even sure how Crossland got through there. He did tag.
Oh no, so
one of them.
Crossland was side by side with him, and it looked like he'd actually missed his brake marker totally. missing it there for Warren.
Oh, I just sent it through. Poor Costas Makrolos gets taken out through the dipper.
Yeah.
Lucky to get going. Again.
So a couple of cars tangled up in that epic accident at the top of the hill. And Makrolos now in recovery mode as well. Crossland just literally just watched that all happen in front of him, sitting provisionally 11th.
Yeah, cheers Warren Baker. Enjoy the stream, mate. It was all pretty action-packed on the opening lap. Crossland, though, up some 7 positions already by my calculation, somewhere around there, 6-7 positions. Lucas Keys checked out to the tune of 1.5 to 1.7 already. However, Webley, the Webley Fotterday battle, that's the one we were talking about. This is 2nd and 3rd in the title hunt, and they are 2nd and 3rd on track. Burley did get caught up somewhere in the opening lap. Didn't exactly see what, but certainly got caught up very early and then was actually back in the pit lane. So the damage was obviously substantial enough to warrant going back to repair.
Not good.
That car is back out on track, but still got a proper busted up front on that car. But he's out there doing his thing. Now, Chris McConnell to the pit lane now. So is this a early fuel stop, get it done, splash and dash? It is only a 60, so they don't need a lot.
Yeah, so 60-minute race tonight here, guys, with a compulsory pit stop for fuel.
Yep, 7-second stop. Also, Burley's stop, that was a fuel stop and gone as well. Maybe with the potential of a little bit of repair in there somewhere as well. His was 13 seconds, so 7 seconds for McConnell. Sees the 35 outright, so just remember that number. And he comes out actually just behind Nathan Burley on track, so those guys at least go out to have a good battle at the back end of this race. And I'm sure there'll be some track cut infringements or some late pit drama that will factor those guys maybe a little bit further up the field. It's really early days. However, up the front we still have got
Crossland just literally peppering the back of Perkins' car here at the moment, just rolling into this final corner here. Relinquished back to 18th after a little technical issue there for the SIMBLACKS McLaren tonight. Steve Crossland at the wheel, but quickly making his way through the field. The man is quick tonight in that car. Started 18th. In 11th currently.
Okay, some leaderboards just going crazy.
It's just going mental. Mine was too. It's just bouncing up and
now, Fotterday has fallen off of the back of Webley there. Just not sure what's happened there. Just trying to get a read on the times. 23.8. Last lap round plays a 23.3. And then Matty Clark 24.6. So Matty Clark's he's actually on the back of Fotterday, so he's on the move. Goddard now really hounding the back of Nick Firth, and Tony Spence going with it as well. Crossland now up to P10, manages to get past Perkins. Oh, has a little whoopsie. Perkins gets back through, so does Makrolos. So Crossland got the job done, and I believe that was maybe an outbreak and run wide at turn 8 at the dipper. I think.
Oh yeah, we're just picking it up now. Crossland running wide there. And the boys back through.
Makrolos trying to line up. Perkins here, down to turn 1, goes wide and then fakes. A little bit of a gizzy move there. Went to the outside and then tucked it back down late to the inside. Gets the job done. It was a beautifully constructed pass.
Very nice move. Very nice move. Not over done yet. Perkins forcing the issue.
Good stuff. Now, Matty Clark really starting to put some heat on Fotterday. But I'll tell you one thing I've seen out of a couple of the drivers already. We saw some disallowed qualifying laps due to the car placement on the exit of turn 11, the final turn.
Corner.
I've seen multiple of them out there. A lot already. As Shane Fotto gets the corkscrew wrong, this is going to give Clark plenty of incentive as he come down through turn 9.
And he's offline still. Hasn't really gathered that car up yet.
He doesn't look comfy. And then look at the background. Firth defending over George Goddard. Really close pack there, that battle there. All separated by around half a second. So that's Fotto to Clark, Clark to Firth, Firth to Goddard. And then only another 1.2 seconds back as Tony Spence and Danny Kim. Croston manages to get Perkins in the last lap. Now he's going to go back to work on that top 10 of Costas Makrolos as well. And then they have got some 6.5 seconds to Pete Dawson. Remember, we spoke about the Dawson, I think Matty Clark battle is a good 4-5 positions.
Yep.
Now, who's that going backwards? That's Goddard. That was him trying to take Firthy intermittently. Now he's under threat now from Tony Spence. So the hunter becomes the hunted very quickly here, Davo.
He just got caught out wide too there. No contact.
Good battle. This Matty Clark battle with Shane Fotto is still going on. We're a full lap later, and it looks like a replay, to be fair, because it's...
It does. It definitely does. Fotto just a little bit tidier this lap.
But look at the margin he's lost to Webley. He's lost 5 seconds to Webley. Webley's lost 6 seconds to Keys. I'm not overly surprised about that number there. But however, the Fotto-Webley number surprises me. You know, 11.5 seconds already lost to the leader, but 5 seconds importantly to Webley. So there's no challenge there for Fotto on Webley at this point of time. So not sure what happened there, whether the tyre pressure's not right in the right phase.
Yep.
Try and get a read on that. 30. Okay, so 30 ambient, 39 degrees track. So that's the hottest we've seen tonight by some margin, by a good 7 degrees on what these guys had to deal with in qualifying. So maybe Fotto's missed the mark on the tyre pressures and he's dealing with a very hot tyre on that Mustang right now.
Well, quite possibly. It definitely doesn't look comfortable. He doesn't look comfortable in the car at all at the moment, so... As we just pick up on this battle here, it's Firth Goddard, Spence Kim, I think, is actually tagged on the back of that as well.
Oh, geez, the timing loop on this track is nuts, mate. Like, for you viewers out there watching, I don't know what you guys get to see, but man, when they come through across the timing loop, it is crazy. Crossland, now he's still working over Makrolos. That margin's actually extending to Pete Dawson. So they're not making inroads into P9, into Pete Dawson. Tony Spence, however, though, now he's starting to find his flow and he's starting to attack Goddard. These guys have found themselves out on track multiple times throughout the season. Oh, Goddard just drops a wheel off, drops a right rear out there at turn 5, comes out of 6. Now, Spence got to run to danger zone. It's a high-risk place to try and get something done up here.
Oh, he's so tempted to get overlap. And
look at that, Danny Kim.
Goddard gave him room even a little bit there to take a bit of overlap, and he still kept the car back. Like you said, it's definitely a high danger zone there. Up into the braking area there for the corkscrew as these guys wind down into this final corner. But yeah, Danny Kim there watching all that unfold in front of him.
Matty Clark here.
Allows him a couple of car lengths, doesn't it?
He's going to try and size up a move to turn 1. Oh, Shane covered. Chain covered late, down to turn 1. Clark didn't want any part of it, got well out of it. I think he knows it's going to come. He just keeps pressuring the back of this Mustang. If that Mustang's in tyre trouble already, we've only seen, the better part of, what are we, 12 odd minutes into this race?
Yeah, well, pretty well. There's plenty of races to go. We're not even a quarter of the way through, so...
Get a read. Crossy's just made his transition through pit lane. Just want to try and get a read on the time. It's an 8-second stop for Crossy. So, comparable to Chris McConnell. However, does come out just in front of them. Literally just in front of those two cars. So that early stop for those guys worked pretty well, because you've got to remember, Crosson's just raced out of P11. So he was chasing down Costas Macrolos for a legitimate position 11, and he has now come out just ahead in 16th of McConnell and Bewley. So just remember that number there, that's likely, if they can hang with Crossland, that they'll be somewhere just off the back of the 10. So some early pit stops to be made. Firth with a little bit of breathing space now, Davo, on Goddard, around to the tune of 1.4 seconds, and he's got about that up the road to Matty Clark. So...
yeah, I think with the guys, they weren't really fighting amongst themselves, but they are racing very closely, and, probably just slowing each other down a little bit. But Firth's got the carrot of Clark and Fonado in front of him, so...
yeah, it was 4.5 tenths faster than Clark the last lap.
Yeah, I think he's just focused on those two cars. He knows that one of those cars is on the podium. What better, goal than to get up with those two guys. So as we look over the rear wing of Nick Firth now, you can still see Goddard's McLaren Spence and Kim's Ferrari in the background. That's Dawson, the big white flash you see every now and then. It's the big ass Bentley making its way down off the hill.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I did see it. I was just looking in the background there. I saw Nathan Bewley, Chris McConnell mentioned that they came out of the pits just behind Steve Cross, and mate, they are engaged in they were commentator's curse. Sorry, Chris McConnell. Just started talking about you was going to get me, mate, to put a camera on you, and all of a sudden stage left. Took that battle away. Just a little bit of a faux in the corner there, but was about to say that they were engaged in a very, very good battle. However, commentator's curse saw Chris McConnell just off the black stuff there. Good pick up, Davo.
Yeah, recovered well, though, J-Man pointing in the right direction. Not too much loss there.
Yep. Lucas Keys out in front there, 11 seconds. Best lap of the race for Keys, 122.085, so very, very fast race pace does the Nissan.
Mind you, it is a Nissan at the hands of Lucas Keys. So, you can probably sneak a couple of tenths in for that. So, nice work. Lucas Keys out the front in first position in the Nissan. Brandon Webley second in the Mustang. Fonado in a Mustang, being hounded by Clark. Firth starting to sneak up behind them, and then this nice little mid-pack battle going on between Goddard, Spence and Kim at the moment, with I think Dawson looking to maybe tag on the end of that little train there as well towards the end of this race. We are about a quarter of the way through.
Yeah, and I just want to pick up, we're at that phase of the race where we do have a few guys already stopped. Now I'm going to pick on Steve Crossan. Now we saw him race out of P11 to come back and make a stop. Currently sitting P15. Last lap round was a 23.815. Remembering he is in battle on track effectively post pit stop. Give or take the pit stationary time with Costas Makrolos, who just banked a 24-1. So some 3/10 of a second the difference that last lap round. So just, you know, it's those little things that can work in the favour of an undercut to the SIMBLACKS 43 car of Steve Crossan. If he can keep pressing on, banking those times, and be 3 to 4/10 of a lap faster every lap than the Costas Makrolos car, that's when that will factor in post pit stops to being maybe getting that top 10. Some margin up the road is Pete Dawson and P9, so that's where I'm looking for Steve Crossan to be somewhere in that battle, as he's just rounding up Marnie at the moment by the look of it. Yep. Oh, is he going to get down there? Goes for an outside move, sweeps around the outside, so that's another position.
Wow.
So be interesting to see what that does. And who's going with him?
Bewley.
It's Nathan Bewley's going with him. So P14, what does it do to the lap time for Steve Crossan? Last lap was a 23.8. This one was a 24.8 versus Makrolos's 24.0. So he lost 0.8 of a second that lap. Battle at the front, or towards the front once again. Matty Clark, Shane Fodderdo, Davo still pressing on, only the smallest of margin there. So great drive for Matty Clark to be really pressuring Fodderdo, but also, in saying that's great drive from Fodderdo if he's dealing with a tyre issue to hang on to this thing. Looks like it might have stabilised a little bit because the last lap round was a 23.0, 23.4 this one. 23.3 for Clarkey, 3.6 for Firthy, 3.6 for Goddard, 3.6 for Spence, and
that's close.
A 3.4 for Kim. So there's nothing separating these cars as far as car pace other than track position at the moment. Now Bewley's going with Crossan here, mate. So he's just got a bee in his bonnet at the moment. Because he had that early incident, and I'll tell you what, he's pressing on. Remember, he had a very, very good lap, qualified in the top 6 with George Goddard. Now, I think Crossland did pip him on quali pace in the end, but man, those guys are close.
Bewley's looking speedy, isn't he? And
Well,
Crossland's looked very fast tonight as well, J-Man. So for Bewley to be tagged on the back of the McLaren like that. The SIMBLACKS number 43 McLaren, mind you, is nice work. So, but these guys, moving quickly.
Look how close he is here. Down into turn 6.
Both pit stopped cars as well, mind you. So
here's this blind turn 7.
Oh, that's a scary corner. It's the weirdest corner ever, eh?
Yeah. The Porsche looked like it made the apex at the turn 8
at the
a
top
little better, and then it gave him a slightly different line for 8A coming down. You can see it's just really crushing the distance as they come down the hill now. He's right there.
Yeah, it looked like he was able to pick the throttle up a lot earlier in that second to last corner there, the right-hander.
Oh, Matty Clark ranging up on the outside of Crossan, heading up to the corkscrew of Fodderdo.
Yeah, on the outside. Fodderdo's going to make him go on the outside, and he's going to do it, actually. There's a little bit of contact. It is on. Fodderdo covers.
A little bit more contact. Close battle with these two. Look, if I'm Matty Clark, I'm going to get out of it here. I'm going to go to pit lane. No. Look at the invitation they just sent to Firth. Yeah. Oh, so Bewley did get Crossland. Just missed that, sorry, but it has happened out on track.
We can pick that up now. Oh no, he was already past there, so Bewley at the pace. in that Porsche tonight.
Yeah, so on pace, on the same pace as
Yep.
Macrolos at the moment. So Macrolos sitting in P10, Bewley pit stopped. Oh, Ken Worcester with a 20-second penalty.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's
Jonathan
big.
Warren with a 15. So that would have been the stewards' decision. Now that's increased to 30. So they're adding it up as we speak. So we just see it early. So sorry for the early call, but it looks like 30 seconds for Warren and 20 seconds for Worcester. So that would have been that early incident at the corkscrew, definitely for Warren.
Definitely.
When Crossan went to the outside and then he missed his brake mark, I'd say that was what that one was for. I'm not sure about the Worcester one. However, it is ruled and delivered.
So Shane Fotido running in third position, but just sort of trying to fend off Matty Clark at the moment. Well, he was the lap before this one anyway, having to seriously defend coming down off the hill there at the corkscrew. But yeah, Lucas Keys out in front. As you would expect, we have got about 36 minutes to go in this race, a little over halfway. So Keys doing a stellar job. What's he got, J-Man? About a 12-second lead or something?
Around about 13, yep. Somewhere around there, I think, once it shakes out. So just lapped through on a 25.5. That would probably be one of the slower laps that we've seen him do ever. So not sure what happened there to have him bank a 25.5.
Webley just rolling across the line there, J-Man in second. And then the rest of the crew comes filing across. Now, the rest of this lot, they are all very, very close.
Oh, Clark, deep under brake.
Really forcing the issue with Fotido. That BMW far superior in some of these corners on the exits and just getting that run.
Oh, Fotido doesn't look comfy. The car's wiggling on the way in and the way out.
So we've got Fotido, Clark, Firth, Goddard, Spence, Kim, and I think Dawson tagging on the back of that train. And all of those guys all very close on track. The mid-pack is hot tonight. Up to this awkward left-hander and the run up the hill.
Yeah, look, I like the look of the balance in Clark's car at the moment. It does look good. He just hasn't had an opportunity, well, not many, to try and get past this Mustang. We saw him down through here, 8A, and then down through Rainy Curve, down through 9 here a couple of laps ago. Certainly get up on the inside, and then the outside, there was a little bit of hip and shoulder contact. They pressed on, they played on. They kind of welcomed Nick Firth to that battle. However, on outright pace, they seem to, if they're running clean, just be able to step out to the tune of a second away from Firthy. Or maybe Firthy's just easing off the throttle, just not wanting to get involved.
Quite possibly, J-Man. Good point. Good point.
But look, we haven't talked too much about it, but I still believe that track cuts will be a factor here. You know, I think the longer this race goes on, the more chance that we're going to see that DT come up. We have seen Lucas Keys get one in the past, very uncharacteristic, because at this point with 14.5 seconds, he doesn't have to push. But we know the sort of driver he is. He looks for those very consistent fast lap times all the time, and it really lends himself to using every bit of racetrack. Clark again, up the hill, chasing Fotido. Car just looks so much better to the apex at the moment. You can just see the wider alternate lines that he can take, square the corner off, get the power down. He'll be very, very close down the bottom of the hill here, down to turn 10. Looks for the inside-outside here. I reckon he really needs to force the issue and just try and fake and go to the inside of turn 11.
Faraday is so covering. Like the skill from Faraday just to be able
very, very good.
Is to put the car where he is exceptional as well. So these guys, great battle going on.
That'd be the option though, I feel like, for Clark. Maybe just open the steering up a little bit as he comes out of turn 10 and just really defend the inside line if he can get the car there at turn 11. Square it up, block the middle of the corner and drive it off. I don't think Faraday, even though we know the Mustang's good off the corner, I don't think he's got the tyre underneath him to try and punch off the corner as good as he would like. Now look at how close these guys are. So Faraday, Clark, Firth, Goddard, Spence, Kim. Nothing separating. This is one big freight train.
Clark running deep there, just as we looked over the back of Faraday's rear wing on the Mustang there. That's really opened that gap up there, J-Man. Just a little bit of a run ride in the left-hander at the bottom of the hill.
1.4. So we'll see how quickly he can minimise that 1.4 second gap.
And look at that, and look at where Firth is, like nearly tucked under the wing of Clark. Does that give that opportunity, I suppose, for Firth just to chase him back up to Faraday and just be a little bit more in touch, even more. Look at that train of cars, mate.
Yeah, it's pretty manic. Warren, Perkins, that's a close battle at the moment as well. Warren got the 40-second penalty hanging over him post-race or during his pit stop because he is unpitted. Who's that? Bewley gets through on Worcester. Crossland goes to the outside of the corkscrew, also on Worcester. Can he make that happen? Goes outside, inside. Gets that done. So he's chasing Bewley through that phase of corners, down through 8A, down through 9. And up the road from them, they do have the Jonathan Warren and the Lee Perkins battle. So those guys pressing on, and they've actually completed their pit stop. So a little surprised that we haven't seen somebody in the Faraday, Clark, Firth, Goddard, Spence, Kim battle try and maybe play the alternate strategy and get out of this. Maybe they're just enjoying the battle for what it is right now with only effectively 2 races of the season left to go.
So cameras on Warren at the moment. You can see Perkins, and that is the Bewley car.
Life is down the inside at turn 6.
So, man, he's on the move, isn't he?
He is on the move, yep.
I thought Crossy might have gone with there a little bit. He sort of has, but he's just playing it safe. A little bit of distance between those 2 cars, but quickly replicating the climb through the pack there. Steve Crossland in the 43, SIMBLACKS, McLaren again looking, like I said, to make that move.
Touches them up a little bit. Spence, Goddard, Danny Kim, that's close now. Not as close as Perkins, Crossland. I reckon Crossland's going to send this down the inside here. You're deep under brakes, hold the inside line. Goes the short way round. Could work. And Bewley rounds up Jonathan Warren as we speak as well. So as quick as Crossland puts that car in between them, Bewley puts another car between him and Crossland. So there's a good little battle going on.
Yeah. So like I said, Crossy's going with him, but he's 1 car back, isn't he, each time?
Yep. Oh, now what's happened here?
Oh, he's let him... Who's that?
Not sure why Bewley lifted there, but he's going to be vulnerable to Crossland. Yeah, not sure what happened there. I thought it was all fair, but maybe there was something that I didn't see, so he's gone straight back on the attack.
Well, we didn't see the pass, the Bewley-Crossland pass in the replay, so...
Well, we didn't see the Bewley Warren pass clearly, did we, either? So maybe there's a
Yeah.
little bit of contact. They decided to give that back.
Either
Oh, he's going to
way,
get him now.
oh, here we go. The boys go past with
Oh,
Warren
crossing
in
wide
the
and deep.
sand.
It's a long way around there.
Oh, way out wide.
Yeah,
And
he's
who
going to
we
be
got?
vulnerable
Worcester
back
in
to
the back.
Jonathan Warren.
Worcester sideways, nearly over. Let's try and get a replay on that. Oh, it's Worcester. Oh, Lucas Keys got caught up in that as well.
Did
So
he?
Chris McConnell just tapped in the
Yep.
back of Worcester's car, sending the Mustang around. Just as Lucas Keys sort of came on the scene, a little bit of a tag on the back of the Nissan. It looks like everything's good.
Ben Lay in for his pit stop now as we speak. So look to see a little bit more movement with 27.5 minutes to go. A lot of these drivers looking to leave this splash and dash late. Obviously happy with the tyre now. But how's the temperature? 29 ambient and 38 degrees track is mega hot. So these tyres will be pretty spent after 60 minutes.
There's still a whole bunch of people to stop
Jonathan
yet.
Warren has a lose. Out of turn 9.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And Worcester in the lane also to take his pit stop. And potentially a 20-second penalty as well.
So field has spread a little bit as we just pick up on the Lucas Keys car, just coming through a bit of traffic there.
Yeah, so he's about to round up Chris McConnell.
Yeah, so it was Perkins and McConnell there. I think he's just slowly picking his way through those guys.
Still a good battle there. Spence, Goddard, Kim. It's been going on for pretty much the whole race.
Yeah, pretty well.
A little bit of gap now up to Firth in. Clarkey got about 1.7 seconds over Firth now, and Fodado got around that 1.3 to 1.4 also over Clarkey. So good battle there early on with Fodado and Matty Clark, but that's kind of stabilised. But I'm damn positive that we're going to see this get back to somewhat of a battle before the end of this thing. It always does. So this is solid here from Bewley and Crossland because they are both 1 and 2 on the road for pit stop cars. In 11th
Yeah,
and
that's
12th.
right.
Remember,
Yeah.
Crossland was 11th.
That's right.
Prior to the pit stop. Now he's back to 12th.
Yeah, he's nearly back to where he was. And
What have they got?
And there's just a whole bunch of cars in front of him that haven't stopped. So I think these guys are in good stead.
I'll give you a read here. Bewley's 30 seconds behind Macrolos. Now, the best stop we've seen
Clark in the pits,
is Chris McConnell's stop, which was a 35-second stop. So Macrolos is vulnerable here to both Bewley and Crossland now. As you mentioned, Clark in the lane, exiting the lane. What was the stop? 5 seconds. That was a 5-second stop. Okay,
Wow.
Where is Bewley? Okay, so he's all the way around at turn 11, so no threat there. Yeah, so I think Macrolos is vulnerable to a very, very spirited battle between Bewley and Crossland when he makes his stop. Perkins, Marnie in the lane now.
So that would have taken, with Clark pitting, it's taken the pressure off Frodo clearly, and
Yep.
he needs to get. It's a fuel compulsory pit stop here. I mean, does he do something with the tyres? Can he do something with the tyres?
I don't think it'll be worth it with what will probably be, by the time he does it, only 20 odd minutes or under left. It's 3:45. Probably not. Yeah, it's not going to get any hotter. You wouldn't think it could anyway at 38 degrees track.
Yeah, too true.
Looking at that, Spence still in touch with Firth here too, mate. There's not that big a margin. What does Firthy do here? Does he look to try and maybe... He wasn't that far off of Clark. He was about 1.4 seconds to 1.7. No, he stays out.
Yeah,
stay out.
Yeah, so, as does Spence, Goddard and Kim. These guys just been in this train, like you mentioned, mate, pretty well the whole race.
Chris McConnell with a 5-second penalty hanging over him now. Yeah, I think Spence coming on strong, back end of the stint here. Looking good. So where is Lucas Keys lapped up to now? Okay, so next car on the hit list would be the 44, would it? Yep. So Spence really going to work now, Davo, just trying to crush that margin down. He does look a little bit more comfortable through the corkscrew, through 8 and 8.8. This looks like he's making some margin there at the moment. Marnie Perkins up to the corkscrew, super close.
Yeah, they're out of the final corner there, J-Man. That battle with Marnie over Perkin. Marnie, I think, tangled up early in the race. Lap 1. On a bit of a recovery mission here. Oh, looks like he might have got Perkins there. Perkins running wide.
Intermittently. Yep.
Intermittently. And Marty passed and then back. So nothing to see here. And that is the Macrolos car. I can see in the background the wailing Audi.
Yeah, and then he's got Matty Clark in the background from there. Now, Matty Clark has actually pit stopped. He's only a couple of seconds behind.
And Macrolos hasn't.
No, he hasn't stopped yet. So just remembering, Bewley and then Crossland some 27, 28 seconds. So the way I see it, if Macrolos was to stop now, he would split Crossland and Bewley. So he would be sort of somewhere looking like 11th, Crossland and 12th.
Yep. Look at Barney go here on the outside. Who's that? That was Macrolos peeling into the pits, J-Man.
It was. Yep. So this is significant. And it's significant on the reason being that if he betters an 8-second stop, he'll really cover off Crossland. Bewley had a 13-second stop. So I'm going to get a read on that Macrolos. 7, 8. No, so he's already passed 17 seconds on the stationary.
Yeah.
Bewley's already through. Croston's going to go through as well. So Macrolos, is he doing a tyre? He could be doing a tyre here. 32.
We just talked about that, you know, with Fonado. Is it worth doing something with the tyre? It's like 18 minutes to go.
Oh, it's a long stop. He's 45 plus, so it's gone well away
From just a tyre stop as well.
Yeah, Macrolos. So that's a shame because he was well in the battle there. Spence, however, mentioned that he was putting pressure on Nick Firth, and man, is he what now? He's all over the back of the fried fish fingers Ferrari.
Yeah, he's slowly chipping away at that, hasn't he? It's definitely been a slow burn. This group of cars have been together the whole race. Fonado, Firth, Spence, Goddard, Kim, Dawson wavering in and out of that battle as well. So,
yeah. Good to see Marnie Perkins still going on with this battle. Amount of times I flick back and that's still going on, trading. So that is where Macrolos came back out. He came back out just in front of those two.
well, that's funny you say that. He came in right behind him.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was a whole lap.
So a little over a quarter of an hour left to go. Just fascinated with the Spence battle at the moment.
Yeah,
just wondering which way that's going to go.
I can almost sense the urge in the rig with Spence at the moment. He's just like, oh, I can get Firthy, you know, and he's just pushing. Firthy looking solid in the Ferrari though tonight. Really got that thing hooked up. We know when Firthy's hooked up, he very focused. Good measured race from Nick Firth tonight.
Marnie gets Perkins. Perkins is a little bit of a run wide, just to give you an update on that battle because that was still going on. But Marnie just getting the better of that at the moment. So P14 for Marnie. So McLaren on Ferrari here, Firth and Spence. Potential for this Ferrari to be able to maybe start it a little lighter on fuel. Still not have to grab too much, but no, it's pretty efficient.
Yeah. It's traditionally it is good on the fuel, isn't it? And that does help with these compulsory pit stop races, you know, when fuel's involved. So interesting.
These definitely the two closest cars out on track at the moment. P4 and P5, Firth and Spence.
Oh, who was that round? I didn't see. I saw nothing. There was a car around on one of the back markers.
It was Jonathan Warren.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything.
Sorry.
Look at Goddard, still just hanging on in here. We keep talking about Spence hounding the back of Firth, but when you just look back 1.3 seconds back, George Goddard's still
He's
there.
right there. He's right there.
And and you know, we've seen such a variation in the pit stops, you know, from as good as a Matty Clark 5-second stop to a fair few 10-second stops. Now, what a difference that'd make for somebody like Goddard if he managed to crack a 5 seconds over something like Spence and Firth if they end up going 7 to 10 seconds on the stop for whatever reason. This late in the piece, he would leapfrog both of them potentially. Obviously, all speculation at this point, but I'm just saying how easy it happens. It can be the difference between pulling up on the block square. So
absolutely. It's the smallest of margins, eh?
So this is by no means done. Danny Kim's just fallen a little bit off the back now. He's about 3.3 off the back of Goddard now. Dawson another 4.5 seconds, and then we have that big jump to Matty Clark off the back there.
And as these final pit stops come through, I suppose you will see that equalise. Those positions will change somewhat.
Possible to get a bit of wheel work out of the 14 Datsun of Lucas Keys there, David. Just see what sort of wheel work we've got going on with this Datsun late in the piece. He's just run the better part of nearly 50 minutes on this tyre. Last lap round was a 23.0, so it'd be interesting to see how comfortable he looks on that thing at the minute. He's definitely working, Davo, looking at that. He's catching a few mid-corner slides, a little bit of counter steering on the way out, 4-5.
Yeah, smooth stuff. J-Man.
He's certainly aware of where the car is. Now, Goddard, what did he do in the pit stop? He did a 13-second stop. So that's a big stop. That allows Clark to go through on Goddard, I believe.
So Goddard just rolling out in front of Lucas, actually. So yes, Goddard just out behind Clark, in front of Bewley. J-Man.
So just as I mentioned, that he was off the back. Now we've got Firth into the lane. Oh, tags the wall on the way in as well. Came in pretty hot. Hopefully he arrested that speed. Spence in the lane also. So these are critical stops here. Danny Kim in the lane. And off the back of a 13-second stop for Goddard, Kim's got an opportunity here to make bank. Now, Firth, 5 seconds. Very, very good stop. That's what he needed to cover off anything from Clark, because Clark had a 5-second stop. 6 seconds for Spence. So Spence will be able to put a bit of pressure on. Danny Kim, he was a 9-second stop. So that will put him somewhere back in the realms maybe of Goddard, or potentially threaten Goddard actually. Danny Kim. Yeah, I think he's going to grab a position here.
Yeah, well.
It's going to be tight. Here they come,
Oh,
side by side. Pit exit. Danny
He's
Kim
in
just
front.
gets out, so that's a net gain. That's the difference between a 9 and a 13-second stop. However, for me, where is Clark on Whātaro? Okay, so he's still in touch. You can see Whātaro up the road now. That is the Macrolos car. You can see tucked in behind Matty Clark. However, he's well back in P13. So, big stop coming here for definitely Nick Firth. I think Webley had a fair bit of margin up his sleeve. Had around 12.5 seconds. Lucas Keys, we know he had a half a minute back to Webley, so no real pressure there.
Oh, what happened there? Goddard stopped on the track. Barney just nicked him there as well. Oh, he's going again.
Where's Bewley? Now, Bewley's just come up the inside of Perkins to the final turn. Where is Goddard? Okay, so he's the front straight as well.
Goddard going again. Just going to replay that. That was a really weird situation there. Goddard just tucked in behind Kim. The car literally just looked like it switched off out of the final corner there. Got a tag from the Marnie Porsche on the way past, and then it fires up and he carries on.
Yeah, okay. Now Webley with a 7-second stop, so that's a very good stop as well. Firthy at the lane as well. He's just about to pull up on the block. No, he's pulled up. He's done. Oh, hang on. No, he's pulling up.
Yes, Firthy on the jacks now.
To where Spence. Oh, 5-second stop.
That was quick.
9-second stop, sorry, for Firthy. Oh, so this could leave him vulnerable here to Spence. Spence had a 6-second stop. I think Spence is going to get him.
Spence
grabs him already.
Definitely, easily.
Stop go 30 for Nick Firth.
Oh no, so he's even pushed the envelope and lost the position. Out. Oof. J-Man. That's hard.
It is harsh.
That's an uppercut.
Yeah. Pete Dawson, Lucas Keys, the final two cars to make their stop. Is there a late sting in the tail? Dawson's clearly going to grab another position with the stop go 30 of Waters Firth. Now, Dawson was somewhere around, I believe, provisionally before this last phase of pit stops, was he somewhere around 7th or 8th?
Yep.
Okay, so potential here. He's going to stay
who's
ahead.
That for? Nick Firth?
Nah, for Pete Dawson.
Oh, Pete Dawson. Yeah, no, probably back in 8th or 9th. Yes, sorry.
So Matty Clark still got that 1-second gap up the road to Shane Whātaro. This will be the podium. Provisionally will be Lucas Keys and Nick Firth back to the lane already for that stop go 30.
Ouch.
Oh, it hurts. It's going to go a long way back. We'll try and give you an idea. He's going to go back to around about 12th position, I believe.
That will seem like an eternity for Nick sitting on the jacks there. J-Man. Dawson currently running in 3rd.
Goddard hit the ignition switch, was the word from Craig McConnell.
That's exactly what it looked like. Yeah, so Lucas Keys leading the race still.
So where is
Brandon Webley, Pete Dawson, Shane Whātaro, Matty Clark.
Oh, wide.
Oh, big
Pushing
wriggle.
hard.
Big wriggle
Pushing
there.
hard. Try and chase down Fotto for this late podium. Dawson now in the lane. Try and get a read on his stationary. Yeah. Oh, that was fast. Pete Dawson with a 6-second stop. What is this going to do for Pete? Where's Danny Kim? He's on the front straight. Goddard, I think Pete Dawson is going to be P8 here. Good drive here from Pete.
Might be even better.
Oh, it is. P7.
He's got 7.
Got Danny Kim up the road. They've only got 2 3/4 minutes left to run on this one. Where is Matty Clark? Where is Shane Fotto? Because that was looking super spicy.
Yeah, Macrolos, a lapped car, just tagging on the back of that battle. Loving chasing down. Matty Clark there.
Matty Clark can see a podium here.
I think he has all race.
He is.
Shane just defending so well, making that already wide Mustang even wider. Tricky place to pass here, Laguna Seca.
I think based on race pace as well, I think Bewley's got a shot here with a couple of laps to go to try and put a bit of pressure on Goddard as well, Davo. But Matty Clark, has got it all to play for as we see Lucas Keys just do his pit stop, and he aced the 5 seconds. No surprises there. And the distance is Lucas Keys is leaving the pit lane. The next best, Webley, has just come down through the corkscrew. So that's the margin. But Matty Clark all over the back of Fotto now.
Yeah, it's heating up. Look, we've got 1 minute to go. These guys are literally going to do, what, one more lap? Oh, Clark, nearly.
Can he do it? Can he do it on the final lap? Gets a good run. And look at Macrolos.
It's just tagged. If only. That's exactly right. Yeah, so this is literally, what is it, 3rd and 4th. And, yeah, for him just to know that Audi could run with these guys.
They're going to get one more crack at this because based on Lucas Key's position, he is going to get across for one more, I believe. It's going to be tight. 21 seconds to go. He's only got one more quarter to make. Oh, it's going to be super tight. 15, 14. Will he get across the line? 10 seconds to go. Yes, he will. Here we go. Crosses the line. It's only a matter of
it's just ramped up.
Left.
Ramped up this Fotto Clark battle.
And Bewley Goddard's ramped up as well. He's on him with 1 lap to go. Matty Clark will be thinking, Macrolos, just stay there, mate. I've got a job to do. Got to go and get this Mustang in front, and he's right there. These guys will come out of this race proper spent. It's only a 60-minute, but man, they've been battling the whole time.
Working hard for it, eh? So, Bewley on Goddard there, J-Man, Clark on Fotto with a special guest, Macrolos, Costas Macrolos, just tagging onto the back of that little train there. So,
The ringing.
Costas, yeah, nice work. Lay and Perkins actually with Worcester just in the background, little trio there. Going hard at it into the last lap.
Lucas Keys crosses the line for first position.
That is
Well
Lucas
done,
Keys
Lucas.
across the line. Brandon Webley only just
Clark
coming on the out of the corkscrew here, but Clark with a run up to the corkscrew. Jesus, what happened there?
Blows the corkscrew. Clark rounds him up. It's done.
Wow.
Get that podium spot on the last lap.
Let's get a quick replay of that before they come across the line.
Bewley crosses the line.
Yeah, it just looks like Shane ran deep. Wow.
Oh, he's pretty excited about that one. Gets to have a chinwag with us.
And Clarky.
Followed fourth. Spence with a solid drive. For fifth, Danny Kim. Pete Dawson, Goddard, Crossland, Bewley. Doesn't manage to get Goddard on this last lap. He gave it a red hot go. Beautiful racing. McConnell, Chris, that is, across the line. Firthy after the stop go 30. Macrolos, Marnie, Lay, Worcester, and Warren round out the field. Fantastic racing here at Laguna Seca on the penultimate round of the series. Look, we won't muck around too long. We will go and grab Matty Clark pretty quickly. Battle from those two there. Matty Clark, congratulations on a podium.
Thanks, boys.
Commiserations, Shane. I just had to bring you down here for a chat as well because it was a worthy battle for a chat, mate. How was that for you boys?
That was bloody good, mate. I didn't deserve it. Matty drove really well. He was quicker than me the whole race.
I was the one.
I just screwed it up.
I did the same. It's the only passing opportunities were so difficult because of just that Mustang just pulling out of the corners. I actually almost stuffed it because I dropped 2 seconds on one lap after my pit stop, and that was probably the difference between Shane coming out in front of me or not. I genuinely thought I choked.
Yeah, well, look, the pit stop times were impressive, and look, a lot of it came down to that. I think we did see, a matter of a second or two between years, but look, the opportunity I thought multiple times for you, Matty, was coming out of turn 10, opening the steering up and stuffing it down the inside before 11, but Shane was well awake to it and just drove that thing down the middle of the racetrack down to turn 11 every time. Shane, you're obviously aware that how close Matty was through that phase of the racetrack?
Yeah, I had a good look at that beamer in my mirror the whole race. If I'm driving the middle, then that makes it hard to set something up.
You definitely weren't making it easy. I could tell I was gaining every single lap in the two left-handers before the corkscrew. Just lap on lap, I'd pull like probably half a second through those two, but it was so tough.
Yeah, and look, I don't want to take anything away from the battle. I just got to ask the question. I speculated earlier on, Shane, when you were holding down that third position and couldn't run with Webley, around 38 degrees track temp. Was the tyre pressure overpressured from the start of that race, mate, or was it in the window?
No, it was pretty high. I didn't do any race practice with full fuel either, so the setup wasn't that good, and my pressures are a bit high. But yeah, I didn't have any pace to keep up with Webley. He's been practicing quite a lot today, I think. So good on him. So we'll come down to the last race, I think.
Yeah, well, I think there was a 15-point separation or something like that, I think possibly in the championship for the second and third. But so you're still in the hunt, mate. But nonetheless, a very, very worthy battle for a chat. And congratulations, Matty Clark. And to you too, Shane. That was fantastic driving. You guys put on a hell of a show. So thank you very much, both of you.
Cheers,
Oh,
guys. Congrats,
Thanks,
mate.
boys.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so that was Matty Clark out of P3, and then a worthy opponent in Shane Fodderdo, and then next cab off the rank will be the guy out of second position who was driving a pretty lonely race out there in second and certainly had the pace, and it was a worthy night to go and do it, given that he is holding down second in the championship and drove away from his title combatant and Shane Fodderdo. Webley, you got us on comms, mate?
I do.
Mate, you had that thing hooked up tonight. Obviously not Lucas Keys' Datsun hooked up, but nonetheless, you were the best of the rest. Mate, give us an insight to 60 minutes around Laguna Seca in that car of yours.
Yeah, well, I guess I finally just didn't make any major errors on the pit stops or setups or anything. So kind of just, I was just trying to go real easy on my tires for the first 10 minutes so that they would last at the end of the race. Probably still, definitely, I made still quite a few mistakes, but nothing too major. So that was quite good.
Yep. And any real scary moments out there, mate, tonight? Like any whoopsies through the corkscrew or anything, or was you all pretty safe?
I just about lost it on maybe the second to last lap or something, trying to push. I had a green Delta and I was trying to push too hard, and then I just about went off the track and spun. So, but and also in the pit stop, I went to stand up to turn my fan on, but it was only a 5-second pit stop, so I luckily didn't make that mistake, but I nearly did.
Yeah, well, look, there was a 15-point separation, I think, in the title hunt between second and third, between yourself and Shane. You obviously just stretch that marker out just a little bit further, give yourself a little bit more buffer. You'll know what you've got to do going into the final round next week, mate. But nonetheless, you'll have to put on another one of those performances, no doubt, to seal the deal for what would potentially be second in this title, mate. Once again, up there.
Yeah. No, Shane's done real well in the last few races. I think he's just had quite a lot. Like his bad races have been way better than my bad races, if you get what I mean. So yeah, it's been pretty close. Hopefully, I like Watkins Glen, so hopefully it should work out. But maybe he's real good there. I don't know.
Yeah, well, look, hey, 7 days, a lot can happen, and we get to be a witness of the showdown in 7 days. So looking forward to that one. But more about tonight, mate. Congratulations, that was an outstanding drive. Really unthreatened in P2 there, mate. Really drove away, and safe set of hands. And congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much. Cheers for the broadcast, guys.
You're welcome, matey. Thanks.
Awesome.
That is Brandon Webley out of P2, Davo.
P2, Brandon Webley, and of course Lucas Keys, who I don't think has a mic. J-Man is
Okay, well, that's why we don't get a chat.
That's why we don't get a chat with Lucas. Yes, winner again tonight for round 9 in Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7 here at Laguna Seca. What a cracker. A little bit quiet in the middle of the race there as the boys just sort of worked out where they were going to attack at the end. But really went down to the wire there, mate. Great race.
Yeah, 100%. Mover and shaker for me tonight, given that he came into a bit of mischief lap 1 and then very much carved a very successful race was Nathan Bewley. I thought he had an outstanding drive tonight.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Lots of apologies out there tonight for guys that we're used to seeing out on track, the likes of Gunther Rowe and co. Really miss seeing those guys out on track because they make up a very, very competitive field. So hope to see them back for the finale. Would be awesome.
Oh, definitely.
But once again, thank you to all the drivers. Thank you to Rainlight Racing and everybody that tunes in, especially our regulars. Warren Baker, you've been outstanding all season. The dedication that you give to us on a Monday night to tune into our streams, we really appreciate that. Bill on the Hill, Heat Fam, all you guys, we do appreciate all the support to the streams and you guys tuning in. Looking forward to Watkins Glen in 7 days, Davo.
Yes, couple of hours too of Watkins. Even better, double trouble at Watkins, J-Man. This track, mate. We love calling it, love racing it, and yeah, always delivers good racing. So yeah, 2 hours of that is going to be epic. So yeah, let's hope we get a good turnout for that. We've got to thank a few people here that have been involved with the Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 series here tonight. Obviously, the good people at SIMBLACKS. Remember, SIMBLACKS got their Black Friday deals going on till the 6th of December. So get over to their website. Graphic on the screen there. There's a QR code. You can snap that with your phone if you like. And yeah, get some bargains. They're also giving away at the end of the year a set of Sim Magic P1000 pedals as well. Great supporters of the Rainlight crew over here. We also got to thank CrossCut Woodworks, Carpentry and Joinery, Crossy 43, HENDO, and True to Life Racing Designs for their weekly giveaways. Those guys, big part of Rainlight Racing. Great calling it with you again tonight, J-Man.
Absolutely.
And look forward to next week at Watkins Glen. We will see you all next week, ladies and gentlemen. Bye for now.
See ya.